Hello, and welcome. Welcome to Barrel Volcano. Well, close enough. Because we will be going to the Stia region today. This is a part of the game I have not personally experienced before. Double checking. Yep. Ah, right. There's a few things I'm forgetting here. First of all, I need captions. I need captions to appear. Hooray! And also, I need to have the video game. I suppose that would be helpful. Oop. Shadowbringer's chat blocker's also still there. That's true. I might not have noticed that. I also forgot to like over here, it's still playing the Sucro facts instead of having the I don't know what to do and it's not Sucro day display. But yeah, if I remember correctly, first of all, I don't remember what game audio settings I need to have for this because it's been a little bit. Secondly, if I remember correctly, I cannot emote while PSO2 is open. That's correct. So I have to go over here to do that if I want to. But yeah, we're going to a place where we're going to a part of the game I haven't seen before. So that means no spoilers. And if you do post spoilers, so don't. So yeah, I don't know how the game audio is. Because I forget what setting I had this at before. It's a little difficult to tell without judging it against combat specifically. It might be quiet or something. I don't know. Let's see if I can remember the controls and everything. I say that like I haven't played this game at all recently, but that's not true. Anyway. It is very easy to mix up controls between games. To the Stia region, though. Here we go. So, I wanted to do this today, partly because I didn't stream anything yesterday and I wanted to like stream something. Partly because version 2.0, the Ultra Evolution update, releases in like a week, I guess. And it's a little bit bold of them to call it such things, but it does seem like a relatively large update for the game, and I think the 2.0 is representing more of like an evolution in the direction and design philosophy of the game or something. If I had to like explain it, but there are some pretty significant things and also a bunch of like quality of life stuff, and there's a new story part and stuff like that. So I think the most major thing that they're doing with 2.0 is adding back in like basically player housing, because PSO2 regular had like player housing effectively. You could have your own room, you could decorate it and stuff. And one of the major selling points of the Ultra Evolution update of this game is creative spaces. You get an island, you can terraform it, you can build whatever the heck you want on it. You can create interactive game elements on said island. You can make like mini games, mazes, quizzes. It sounds pretty impressive, honestly, but I don't, and I'll probably have I'll probably be able to make something interesting or ridiculous with it. But yeah, traveling to Stia. Evidently, the Japanese portion of the player base was very vocal about like the lack of personal quarters and whatnot. is the impression that I've gotten.
Beginning a counter-offensive against dolls appearing in the Stia region. We request the participation of all ARC's defenders.
The global player base evidently was not as concerned about this. But, what is this red border here? Should I be concerned by this? Oh, it's because I have to talk to Manon. That makes sense. But evidently the global player base is a lot less concerned by like personal housing, like social spaces and stuff than the Japanese player base is. And the Japanese player base has been asking for something like this for a while, and so they went above and beyond in terms of like, you can create your own interactive social space now. I think that's cool, but I don't know if that's what I wanted out of the game, but I'll find out. I don't know. Just sort of rambling. Anyway, are you ready? Let's go then. I think it's cool, but I'm hoping that they do some more like very different gameplay related stuff, I guess, like main gameplay related stuff, I guess. But yeah, anyway. I've never explored the Stia region at all, so this is new to me. There are enemies in it. Incredible. Maybe. Oh my, this place sure is something. How far is the Stia camp from here? It should be located not too far from here. Got it. Well then, let's get to it. Lava lives here, that's right. Altars, we've never seen this type before. I don't know, they're probably a variant on existing enemies. I guess we have to take care of them.
Trial start. Success.
These enemies are weak to light, huh? Well, unfortunately for me, I have a darkness aspected weapon due to the ongoing seasonal events. Not that it matters terribly much. I'm definitely more than equipped for story mode, I would say. As far as I'm aware. They've adapted to the environment. Let's see how they attack and respond accordingly. That's a funny creature.
Success.
That actually reminds me. It's a lot hotter than Kavaris here. Yeah, that makes sense. It's not the same heat as Aleo Towns, though. That reminds me of something. The, let's see how they attack and react accordingly line. In the NGS headline today, during the Q&A section, this actually came up. The general impression is that the strategy against the enemy tends to rely on guarding and sidestepping. Do you have any plans to address this? Also known as, is the entire game going to rely on parrying and dodging forever? And their answer was that they're going to implement some enemies that require different strategies, which is not, I think, the answer that I or anyone was expecting from any question like that. I was probably expecting them to just say no, that's the gameplay. But they're, instead of like addressing that concern as far as the player's gameplay goes, they're implementing enemies that require a different kind of gameplay, is what they said. Their example is a boss that has attacks that you can't dodge or block, you just have to be positioned correctly. As if, I guess as if you were dodging an AoE in Final Fantasy XIV. So they're adding other kinds of mechanics, I guess, instead of like regular attacks. I'm not sure, I don't think that's the solution I was hoping for, but it is interesting. And hey, they did have a crossover with Odin in PSO2 regular. Clearly it's time to bring Odin back again. That's correct. This one is strong. Dark Limnus. We're lucky it's not nighttime. Yeah, I guess. Oh, speaking of crossovers, they also announced that there's suddenly... The headline was also announced a sudden anime crossover with Ghost in the Shell as something that's going to be happening. So that's happening, I guess.
Maybe there are some Arcs defenders over there. Let's go see.
I don't know much about Ghost in the Shell, but it was very out of nowhere because they haven't...
Be on your guard.
The density of anime crossovers is a lot lower than it used to be. Whoop. Why are they all attacking me? And I guess I can do a million cool flips, so it's fine. What if Harper had just died there? Aina, please. The funny spider tank is in fact available in the crossover. Hello, edgiest person in the game, maybe.
You're up.
The funny spider tank is available
Please forgive our insolence. We only hope to test your skills.
as a mag and as like motion changes, so you can become the funny spider tank when you dash around.
A pleasure to meet you all.
Hello, Kanui. They also added a bunch of the guns from Ghost in the Shell as weapon camo, which is the most likely part of that whole thing to be relevant to Harper specifically, I guess. Stia. We don't get to hear the village music because it's danger time right now. So this is the Stia camp, eh? Alright. We've got not robot NPCs, which means there's a chance for funny voice lines.
Welcome.
No, you're boring.
See ya.
You're like Space Sora Kingdom Hearts with your hair over there. Oh? This seems promising. Weird dancing creatures here. Definitely seems very Tanuki-like. Tanuki-like, yeah.
Hello. Goodbye.
Okay, you're pretty chill. You're the same guy who says that everywhere. Kamachi,
Welcome.
you seem normal.
Very much.
Nobody here seems like a funny NPC. Okay, you say yo. That's promising to me. Okay, you're not actually that interesting. You just say yo in a funny way. Me? Look, it's important to have funny NPCs.
Goodbye.
You're the nervous NPC of the area. You're a fairly regular guy.
How you doing? Howdy.
We got a howdy? That's something. Why did my videos folder open and destroy the video game? Okay, it's fine. Oh no, it's Seto.
Hello.
Someone named Seto after the last Final Fantasy XIV stream. Oh no.
Goodbye then.
Instead, this Seto is just a normal lady. Target range, I guess?
What's up?
Okay, we got somewhere. Someone says, "What's up?"
Hope to see you again soon.
That's a battle grunt sound effect to me.
Stay safe.
Lots of various people around. Oh, another thing PSO2 NGS is going to do soon, a more expected collaboration event, is a Sonic birthday collaboration. So if the next time I stream this game, there's just Sonic music in the lobbies, and we have to all escape from the city collectively, that's why. That happened for a while. In fact, music settings. There was an event. There have been Sonic crossover events before where the lobby music was like this. Forever. And also this. So I was in fact prompted to escape from the city fairly often at some point. There's a crossover quest that involves running around and collecting rings and chaos emeralds. I don't think Sonic's going to be dead. Anyway. Actual Stia story. I see.
Commander, even though the ultimate objective of Central City's strategy is different, I believe it is also true that our strategies have much in common.
Conway,
Nod.
explain our strategy to them.
Yes, sir. At present, we are in the midst of formulating a large-scale attack against 3 Dolls bases located within the Stia region. Our plan is to...
Explaining.
And that is our current strategy.
So you mean to conquer the Dolls plant and the bases to the north and south?
He does seem very
So you
shonen.
assault on the plant, right?
Correct. The plant is guarded by powerful dolls. So, we have not managed to completely capture it yet.
We've been consistently overwhelmed by the enemy's numbers and had to pull back. However, this time we have you. I'd like to make the most of this opportunity.
Our plan is to form a squad of our own people to distract the enemy within the facility. In the meantime, an elite squad led by Commander Glenn will take control. They will infiltrate the base and render it powerless.
We want to have you 3 on that elite squad too, in order to help us bring down the Dolls. Failure is not an option. We must see this through at all costs.
Okay. This Harper face is pretty good. I don't know what this expression means, but it's funny. Yes, sir, I guess. Nod.
Move out.
That is the least enthusiastic line read of the phrase move out that I've ever heard of. Can you hear me? It's oh, they pronounced this Guiden, actually, this name. They actually they said this name in the headline today, and it was Guiden and not Gaiden. I guess that's a prompt to get a bunch of experience if I need it, but I'm at max level. Does he? I don't remember what that robot looks like. That seems like it'd probably be coincidence, if anything. Sonic Adventure 02. Okay, yeah, a little bit. I see a resemblance there. I guess this is the Stia camp music. What, you don't like Cecil and Titus? actually, given that Cecil's role in the party is melee with a side of support, I guess he would be a Tector in this game. And that's just me specifically joking at Rika because they don't like Tector being Tector and not Tekker at the same time. One of these days, we will all have to accept that they added a second T to that class name for no reason. Oh no, I'm sorry.
The plant is just ahead. Please talk to me once you're ready.
There's really no reason for them to have done that because it's not even consistent with previous translations that they've done.
I am going to do my best to pronounce some words. Cecil, Titus. Words.
Well, if Calico says them that way, it has to be right. I'll be right back for like a very short second. I have returned. Okay, so like, I think I said it before, but the extra T they added to Tector, that's even inconsistent with official Phantasy Star translations, I think. Stia, cabbage. Ah, volcano cabbage. I see. And this is the sort of creature we have in the volcano. Yeah, exactly. In universe, there were like Forte Tekker, War Tekker, and Gun Tekker, Acro Tekker. So they've had Tekker before, but they just suddenly added another T to it. I guess because it's Phantasy Star Online 2. And the 2 stands for there's 2 T's in Tector now. Also, Tekker, one who techs. Techs being the Phantasy Star name for spells. Short for techniques. Actually, that makes me remember something else. I look at weapon camo over here. Oh right, they localized it to Harmonizer. The Waker or Summoner weapon in the fan translation was Tact. So I think they could have been really fun. They could have been really funny pranksters and called the Waker the Tactor or something. Protector? Well, it's not really tanky. It's not really tanky. It's melee and support. The tanky class is just Hunter. Yeah, I do think this game has like a fun base of gameplay, and like the original PSO2 doesn't really at this point. I'm hoping that 2.0 will change a lot of stuff for the better. There's a lot of minerals in Stia, huh? So this is what it's like when I'm exploring a region I've never seen and get distracted by everything that I see. So look forward to this in Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker as well. Probably. This game is fairly poorly optimized as well as having fairly high requirements compared to base PSO2. So I would say that you might struggle to run this on an older laptop for sure. Like, yeah, on my previous computer, which wasn't super out of date, I don't think, this game would stutter all the time. Just like have a lot of trouble. my computer that I have now, which is pretty new. Or it was like as new as possible when I got it. Can run it at max settings without any problems, but I don't think that's going to be a common experience. Anyway, Kanui. The attack on the plant is about to begin. Are you ready? I guess so. Drayson plant. When I read the name of this location, I just say Racin like Toho.
This is the plant.
I wish that she said that when gesturing at the stia cabbage that I just found on the ground earlier.
It appears to be putting out dolls that are relatively small. It's not clear to us yet where the larger dolls come from.
What's a place like this doing on Alpha?
Racin is a good character.
We do not know the reason either. But in any case, if we destroy this place, it will slow the production of dolls.
Okay, so dolls are being created on the planet.
We won't get anywhere until we take care of this first.
Is what we're learning here.
Exactly.
And we start by taking all these dolls down. Come on.
Racin plant. Supersonic Racin. Can you hear me? We're beginning the assault. There are several routes inside the plant. We'll split the main force in two so we don't get flanked. We'll scout ahead and draw the enemy out, and we need you to pick them off piece by piece. We can do that. Just take them all out as they appear, right? Correct. And then we'll all meet up back at the center. Best of luck to you. Kanui seems alright so far. I think she's one of those characters whose primary character trait is doesn't display a lot of emotion, is a cool fighting robot lady. Whether or not she has any depth beyond this, I do not know yet. Except for the fact that the commander of the region usually, like, defers to her to explain things. I wonder what they are. They're scout wasps. They call for reinforcements if they spot intruders. Be careful. Okay. Scout wasps. It will go into alarm mode when it discovers a player, and after a certain period of time, Behivo-E and other reinforcements will appear. You're right, this does resemble Sonic Riders tracks. When you said Racing Plant, I thought about Sonic Riders, actually. Or like a Sonic racing game of some sort, at least. Okay, so you can diving attack the scouts to expose a weak point. Fair enough. I suppose we should take care of them. Behivo-E is my new favorite enemy name in PSO2 NGS.
Trial start.
Behivo-E.
It just sort of flops over.
Success.
By the way, I am at max level currently, and I have end-game but not optimal equipment, I think, so even these enemies will fall over quickly. And that's that. Yes. Great conversation, you two. It's so weird. What's a place like this doing on Halpha? Well, you know, actually, like, I don't know if this is like a regular area that you can explore in Stia as like a combat sector or whatever. I'm guessing it might be. But something about just the layout and design of this place already calls to mind like a more, I wouldn't say like original PSO level design, but it calls to mind, relatively speaking. Okay, it's definitely explorable region in Stia because there's a region mag over there. Why is there a region mag here? What? This must not be a combat sector then? Unless they mixed that up. But this definitely calls to mind like at least base PSO2 level design, where it feels more like a structured area instead of like a big open place where you just sort of run in circles. Region mag? Region mag inaccessible. Region mag is taking a nap. You must not interrupt. Very important. But yeah, this is already reminding me a little bit more of like original PSO2 level design, a bit. Or like at least an iteration on, I don't know why I'm insisting on taking these stairs properly. At least an at least an iteration on like NGS level design that makes it feel more better, maybe. Boostus is also a great enemy name. Also, you have arms that are miniguns? Was I seeing that properly? We got all of them. Let's keep moving. I like the aesthetic of this area as well. Stia seems like it's probably going to be cool. Looks like we have a large dolls unit. Oh yeah.
Trial start.
Kinda. I should let them summon the Beehive E at least once, so we can see it. Assuming I don't accidentally obliterate them with my powerful gun. I'm just gonna let this one vibe for a bit. There's the Beehive E. They called for reinforcements. Be on your guard. Okay, so it's a turret. Fair enough. I don't know what I expected from the name Beehive E. But I think it should make Monest noises from PSO1.
Success.
And deploy like robot wasps. That'll do it. Looks like there are more up ahead. Same volume level? Consider higher volume level. I wonder if this one can call for backup too. It's entirely possible.
Trial start.
This is a regional variant on the Metius, previously seen in the Retim. Imagine if they were like introducing PSO2 NGS version 2, and literally the only thing they did was play the Monest sound at like 300% volume, and that was the trailer. Oh, okay. I didn't realize reinforcements Koopa was over here. Oh no. What about the spy wasps? I guess the spy wasp could be any of the enemies and we'd never know. You know, that is a good point. Acknowledging PSO1 more would be great. Actually, they did acknowledge PSO1. I don't know if that means anything, but they did show, like, there's a new exchange shop, and, like, half of the visible items were PSO1 weapon camo specifically. Phew, we managed somehow. Like, there was the Lavis cannon, there was the twin Agito, or not the Lavis cannon, I don't think. There was a twin Agito, there was a Psycho one, which is what I meant to say instead of Lavis cannon, sorry. There was the Flame Visit. Ah. Actually, you saying that specifically does remind me that I recently learned about the Death's Head Hawk Moth, which is a cool animal. It's a moth that looks like it has a skull on the back of it, hence the name. And also, they're among moths, they are known for yelling loudly and pretending to be bees. Great creature. Also known for, I guess, being on the Silence of the Lambs movie poster or whatever. I don't know anything about that movie. Probably wouldn't like it. Halt. Oh, we have some generic people around. Oh no, enemies are here. This camera shot's making me a little dizzy. Thank you for not yelling. The design is kind of silly. Harper has a sword temporarily. Don't acknowledge this. What weapon is this? I recognize what weapon class that is, but that design of a weapon is kind of silly. Cool flip, I guess. Nice skid. This is the obligatory NPCs of the region are doing cool stuff cutscene. Oh no. I have to parry now. Kick! Was that necessary? Oh, you exposed the weak point, so I guess kind of. Like, at least the kick was helpful. Everyone seems confused by this. Anyway, more fighting. Here we go! Oh, okay, we won. It's fine. Let me put away my gun that's not a sword.
Many dolls so easily.
Yeah, so did we. Lots of nodding and pointing.
Glenn's like on a whole other dimension of strength.
The only one who could equal the commander when he gets serious is the leader of Central City, Crawford.
What? We haven't seen Crawford fight.
Crawford? Really? He's that good?
Evidence towards Crawford's eventual betrayal
I haven't
increasing.
seen him fight for quite some time now.
He doesn't fight because then his evil side will overpower him and he'll become Zio.
There's,
Clearly.
Something I've been curious about. Back in Central Tower, when Crawford saw Glenn, he was acting kind of strange.
I would love that if they did that, yeah. Crawford
I
was...
was wondering if something happened between them.
And yeah, Kanui's armor is very shiny.
Well,
Kanui,
sir,
incoming.
Kanui. The enemies respawn. It's not time to talk. Oh no, random guy. Fucking deleted, I guess. Oh geez. Even this allegedly very cool and powerful and extremely shonen type of guy got knocked back. They're still coming. Well, time for me to delete everything. I'll wreck as many as they can throw at me. Let's go. Oh, is this the veteran music? Oh yeah.
Trial start.
It is very cool. This large dolls unit makes powerful use of its legs. Focus on its lower torso armor first. What, you mean the one I already killed? Sorry. Sorry, I interrupted your tutorial by winning. Also, I don't think I commented on it, but I do like the description of Kanui's sword as a cool S in blade form. Oh, those are decorative enemies. Is this a Nogleth? Okay, so we've got another variant of the Nogleth, I guess. Fair enough. You got this, right, Aina? Yep, I sure do.
Start.
Aina has learned how to be confident. Aha! Whoa, what's happening to its shape? Be very careful, watch it closely. Be very careful, dodge directly into its attacks because that's how the gameplay is organized. I do admit, still, it does feel great to throw grenades that do like 4,000 damage.
Success.
Okay, bye. I vaporized it so much that its death animation just happened on nothing. It's starting to move. Think we can target its weak point? Large dolls unit destroyed. No nearby enemy readings. Yeah, good work, everyone. This should make the back end of the passage safer. We're going to the northern base next. Move out. Whoop. So I guess Stia is just very quickly like, assault the base, assault this base, assault the other base.
this is the northern base.
Oh, okay, we're here now. Cool. Fair enough. Yeah.
During exploration,
Rip that one
we
guy.
managed to discover the control room further in. We think that operating the terminal inside may open up a path to the innermost area. However, in addition to the dolls, it is defended by sturdy fortifications.
I can shoot
This
those too, right?
infiltration will be more difficult than at the plant, so we must be well prepared.
Nod, nod.
We will proceed with the operation based on the intel gathered by our scout team. Scouts assemble!
Oh, okay, they assembled, I guess.
Oh, we lost them in that last battle, did we? Are there any others who can conduct an analysis?
I can shoot things with my gun.
We are Arcs Defenders from Central City, who specialize in reconnaissance missions.
We aren't certain we can operate at normal efficiency here, but
rest assured, we'll have the full support of the Central City Command Room as we work.
Okay.
Thank you. Please get started then, and let us know as soon as you find anything. Until the analysis is
Those two,
complete,
like, animated
please
so
rest
little
up
compared to
and
everyone else here.
Once finished, the operation will begin immediately.
Just standing completely still while their mouths move.
You should resupply yourselves as well.
Okay, they're
Please
animating very
notify me once
slightly.
You are all prepared.
Also, Kanui's design... Oh yeah, you're right. They're not operating at optimum efficiency. That makes sense. Kanui's design...
Scout team has finished
Like-
its analysis.
Oh, okay. The way the red on her outfit is arranged, it makes it look like it's an outline around her. Since sometimes
The doll's forces within the northern base.
it's a very specific observation. What is this? Oh, a teleporter to... Ow! I just got hit by a rock. I have the rock now. We're expecting fierce resistance. Be sure to get your gear all sorted. Let me know when you're completely ready. Okay. This area is called Mediola. Lava bombs come flying no matter where I go. I have to get out of here. Whoa. Oh, you're right there. Okay, well, hold on. Stia looks cool. Altera base. There was a cocoon over here. Yo, is that space eggplant? That's a banana? I guess this is space. There were bird creatures with beards around here. They look like they had plenty of edible parts, but they'd probably be hard to cook with all that hair. Okay. Quarterstaff. So I haven't actually done any of the cocoons here since I've never been here in my life. So, I guess we're going to fight Goku. Is that a spell that you cast to give your sword the power of Goku for 3 turns or something? Like in fire, except the Goku element. So this is an enemy I've never seen, probably. Okay. Even in this game, Sun Wukong, I guess. Oops. I think Force is considered to be one of the weaker classes for soloing in this game right now, but they're very good against groups of enemies. Okay. Fair enough. Ranger dodge seems very forgiving, by the way, if you weren't aware. Okay, you have a weak point on your back, I guess. Oh. Ow. Ow. I won. Inflict over 900 damage 2 or more times. 29 out of 2. Fair enough. I might be pretty powerful, I guess. So hey, if we complete Stia and the part after Stia very quickly, because these are very short, I've heard, there is still exploration to do because I'm new to this region. And a corgi just sneezed next to me. I don't know if you heard that, but if you did, that's quality internet content if I've ever seen it. These tanuki are barking at the water. Yep. I can't believe this is what a banana looks like when you're near a volcano in space. Oh, there's a region mag up there too. And a red box and a teleport. Priceless. I see you want an octopus. Unfortunately, I do not have such a thing for you. I do kind of wish this game was more reliant on like finding items instead of just being able to buy or acquire them in other ways sometimes. Because I do miss like complex mineral, huh? Oh, it's too complex for me to shoot it. I'm gonna leave now. I do kind of miss the aspect of old PSO that was hunting for items. Veteran music happening. I don't think I would want the Dreamcast drop rates of like 1 in 1273751002837956702 or whatever they were. I think I probably said enough numbers there, but they were really low. But I do miss like rare items. I understand the idea of like you can over time earn points to exchange for something in case your luck is garbage and you never get the thing you're looking for. But also you can just buy stuff from player shops and just have equipment, I guess, if you don't. And I just do that because it's good to have good equipment, but sometimes I do kind of miss the item hunting. We'll lead the way from here. Mop up any enemies that we miss. Got it. We need to make sure we don't fall behind. Wow, what the? An eruption. Beware of lava bombs. I guess that's probably true. Later versions of PSO1 did reduce the drop rates significantly. That was just like original versions where the drop rates were like 1 in a trillion or whatever. Oh, this is pretty good battle music.
Success.
This is like battle theme of how shonen that one guy is. That felt very like shonen action battle music scene. I say this as someone who doesn't watch anime very often. What are those? They look like chunks of lava, but they're giving off powerful photon readings. I'm guessing it might cause a reaction if we were to apply some external force. During certain weather conditions, lava pools. Okay. Hitting the lava core will cause a huge explosion. You mean like hit them with something?
Trial start.
Oh, okay. I need to throw a lava bomb at the lava core, is what you mean by that. I do like this battle music. Okay, that was a pretty big explosion, I guess. One day you'll find a Lavis cannon, Rika. Maybe even a double cannon.
Success.
Or the extremely rare triple cannon that doesn't exist. Introducing the new class, the one that uses 3 swords instead of just 2 swords. Looks like we're about to run out of road. Speaking of introducing the new class, there's a bunch of weapons that don't exist in PSO2 NGS that I also miss. I miss slicers. I miss single handgun, honestly. Where's the slicers, Sega? What happened to the slicers? If you don't know, a slicer is like a weapon. It's like a sword that when you swing it, it throws an energy blade. And then the blade like bounces between targets. It's neat. I think there should be those again. Slicers have been slightly different in various iterations of them, but that's the general idea at least. Dark Magliz. Are you like a Chaos Sorcerer type? Whoa, an enemy! You have Chaos Sorcerer vibes. I appreciate this. Am I wrong in saying that this music sounds significantly anime-like for some reason? Like the score of an anime? Again, I don't watch a lot of anime. But just something about the music arrangement feels very much like that. It's hard to draw a bead. Can we make it stop flying? Aina, I mean, yeah, Aina, you have a gun. You don't need to worry about that. You just shoot it. C-grade battle anime action theme vibe? Does that mean it's bad? Or just like... I don't know if I would say it's C-grade. I think it's good. Time for the cool S. Okay. I don't know. I like the music. I don't know if I'd say it's middle of the road. Some of it's not like the best music ever, but I like that one. Unless you're just saying that that's specifically a sort of music that appears in a middle of the road action anime for some reason.
Get back! Thank you. I'm in your debt.
Are there specific... Okay. Stabbed. Are there specific sorts of music that only appear in middle of the road anime? Is that like a trade-off? If you put more points into the music, does the rest of the anime get worse? Sometimes? Hey, what's up? What's up, Glenn? I'm in this cutscene, looking at you, as if you were going to say something, but you didn't. Hooray. Anyway, we're inside a base now.
How's it going? Have you made any progress?
It isn't impossible, but it's protected by a complicated password. It looks like it'll take some time to release the lock before we can move forward.
Hey, maybe you could figure it out, Manon.
Ah, I see. Fair enough.
I managed to unlock it, but...
Hooray, we did it!
Just like you assumed in the beginning. Without accessing the terminal located in the southern base control room, we probably won't be able to proceed into the innermost area.
So, as I thought. Then...
Good thing we have Manon, the master of unlocking, to help us.
You are fully prepared.
I'm getting the feeling that some aspects of Stia's development were somewhat rushed.
We are preparing for the assault.
Because there's been a lot of moments in cutscenes that have just been like, okay, we're going to do the thing. Fade to black, fade back in. We have done the thing. We should probably go back to camp and make sure we're ready. Yeah, we'll have to make it quick though. Your battle power has met the requirements. Hooray. I did it. I can't go over here. No. It does kind of feel like that, except I don't think they did have those steps. I don't know exactly when Stia was developed, but it is like relatively recent. Also, I'm guessing if I step in the lava, it's bad. It's only a little bad. It's less bad than I thought it would be to step in the lava. But yeah, that's a good way of summarizing it. It feels like there was padding that they then cut out. Which is interesting. Belusa Ridge 1. I think kind of an interesting touch is that these quote-unquote trees here that have the fruit, in other regions there's like foliage on them to cover up that they're in fact like technology pylons of fruit making, question mark. But here there's just nothing. They're just completely visible. And I don't know if that's because of like the environment that we're in or because of other reasons, but that's really interesting. Maybe it's because they're progressively trying to make it more and more obvious that something about this planet is artificial. Perhaps. That was always kind of clear from the beginning, but it was less hidden over time. Triple drying rack? Hooray! Money. Oh, hang on. You want to destroy an auto-interceptor Zonal. You'll need to destroy all of the dazzle pods. It's kind of an annoying enemy. What? Hold on. Can we just appreciate that data pod text box for a second? Everything about it? If you want to destroy an auto-interceptor Zonal, you'll need to destroy all of the dazzle pods. It's kind of an annoying enemy. What? Okay. Just like extremely PSO enemy name, followed by dazzle pods, followed by it's kind of annoying. Let's get going. Are you ready? To defeat the cyber demon, shoot it until it dies.
This is the shortest route to the southern Doll's base. We will break through quickly and capture the southern base. Are there any questions?
Ina didn't look like she was doing too well.
Many of us are on our last legs. Do you really think it's safe to proceed in this state?
If we retreat now, we might not get another opportunity.
Right. We have put everything the Vanguard unit has to offer into this. So, indeed, while we have your aid, this is our best chance of succeeding. Or so I believe.
But...
We'll be just fine, Manon.
You didn't look like you were doing okay a second ago, but nod anyway.
If another large dolls unit comes, we'll take it down. Kanui, you and the others focus on securing the base.
Roger that.
Is Glenn's squad okay? Let's try to lure out these dolls in front of us. That's a very good description. Something about just the game itself describing an enemy that the game designed as annoying, just in general, is both very good and seems like something Toby Fox would do, for sure.
Success.
Wow, this is a lot of enemies. Long-range units and scout wasps. Oh yeah.
Trial start.
Okay, you don't have like a period of time where you can't be flipped over again, I guess. That's good for me. Okay, we've got volcano. I confused the camera. Volcano version of large enemies with weak points in the back or in the front if you're insistent enough. It's funny that they have this enemy whose like entire point is that the weak point is on their back and their front absorbs damage. But if you just insistently shoot the front enough, there's also a weak point there. So what is this trying to teach the player? Just like ignore the mechanic and just eventually it'll be fine anyway? I don't know. There are special ways to like, in some situations, the front is easier to break through than the back if you have elemental weaknesses. So I guess like that part makes sense as like a teaching or like a mechanic that makes it different to fight that enemy for other classes. But you can also just shoot the front until it falls off and then is the same as shooting the back if you want. I don't know. We've also got the buff enemy, the buffing enemy here, I guess. This is combining everything we've seen so far in Stia. Ow. I love when enemies fire a beams because I can just dodge through it 50 times and then throw a million grenades. I don't know where Aina and Manon have gone. This is another enemy where, like, in most cases, you're supposed to, like, jump on top of them and shoot at their weak point. But also, you can just ignore that most of the time. Especially because, like, with this particular, with the homing darts that the rifle has, you can just target every part of them, and that's just as effective, if not more. This is Kanui. What's your situation? We cleaned them up. We cleaned them all up over here. Nice. Let's rendezvous up ahead. Oh no. Large enemy appears.
Dolls unit. Wait, that model is...
What are you doing, Glenn?
Been Neil Stia?
Oh, okay.
I'll initiate. Everyone else follows.
Hey, I heard Stia was short, but this is the region's boss already?
Trial start.
Okay. Nils Stia. Joe Camel? I feel like I should know what you mean by that, but I don't. I'm gonna start by shooting the leg. That seems like a reasonable first step. After the Kavaris boss feels kind of underwhelming. This is more promising.
Don't stop attacking. If you lose focus for even a moment, you'll be done for.
Thank you for the beam. I love beam. It allows me to throw many grenades, as I keep saying every time there's a beam. It's also funny that, like, both of you went to camel first for this. Oh, okay, cutscene. Where my first thought was giraffe instead. Surely it's not dead. That'd be very funny if that was a... I didn't realize that was that powerful. I think this is probably phase 2, though. Time for the orb! Just... Oh. Ow. It was going to be funny that everyone was just sidestepping it.
As good as dead. Always be prepared for the enemy's attacks.
That's just a tutorial for how this game works. Slash. Slash. Harper's famously very good at using the sword. Oh no. The giraffe camel has left. Dude, chill. I know we're in a volcano region, so that's difficult, but do your best. That was a very funny scream for some reason.
So that's it, huh? Well, forget that one. Just focus on taking out the remaining dolls.
I didn't want to defeat the camel giraffe anyway. Apparently I'm very sarcastic towards this game today. I don't know why. Look out for lava bombs. And okay, to be fair, we're not actually fighting the boss yet. I guess that's good. Because I was saying, oh, is that really the boss already? And no, it wasn't. Instead, it's Blazentos, I guess. We already seen a Blazentos, or is this new? I think this is a variant on an enemy that we've seen before in a different region. But I don't think we've seen this today. Have a rock. I threw a rock at nothing by mistake. None of your attacks work in a way where you're targeting me to make them easily dodgeable. I guess that would normally be fine. Dang it. There we go. There's some dodges. Oh, you fell over. Ow.
Success.
Success. Also, I was dying for a second there. Wait, is this the same place that we were just in?
So many.
It looks very different because of the lighting. Oh. Many people have died.
We have to tend to the wounded, quickly.
Many people have been wounded, I
Calling the
guess.
rescue unit. If you can move, tend to the wounded. Scout team, report.
We think we found it. It looks like the control room is further in.
Understood. You will need escorts. We will care for the wounded here. May I ask you to handle the control terminal?
We'll escort.
Will do.
That's odd. I'm sure I unlocked it, but nothing changed. The central barrier hasn't been removed. What could it mean?
Is this a flashback?
Manon,
Or
received contact
no?
from Crawford.
Probably not.
Crawford. That's good.
What's up, Crawford? I guess.
This is my analysis of the data sent during the operation in the Stia region. The central base. Let's call it Stia's nerve center for now. In order to enter it, it seems you must access yet one more terminal and disengage the lock there.
Yes, but we don't know where that terminal is. Or how to operate it.
No, Crawford's just displaying his video chat through the mag. It's fine.
Manon!
Oh, hey, you.
Ilma?
What's up?
Now, about where that last terminal is and how to operate it, I'll send the intel to your mag right now. See if it helps. You need to choose the correct array in relation to the info on the terminal, but I believe in you. Okay, I'm going back to my research. Later. Ilma seems to have taken a liking to you. I believe in you too. You can do this.
Thank you.
Dark Falls must be hiding inside Stia's nerve center. I'm sure of it. Apologies for always asking so much of you. We are continuing our preparations. Please hold out. Just a little while longer.
We finished transporting and treating the wounded. Now, we head to Stia's nerve center immediately.
Okay, this is definitely not a flashback then.
Understood.
It just looks like the previous area where she was trying to solve a password.
Godspeed.
Okay. Also, the expression Godspeed exists in this universe. What does that imply? Does that imply something? Do we have gods now?
If you are looking for Manon, she's been working on releasing that barrier since we arrived.
It's feeling like a lot of scenes have been cut again. It's a little confusing to follow what's going on, but just a little.
Damn it.
Ah, the commander's over there punching a wall again. He always does this on Tuesdays.
Guess I'm still not strong enough, right, Ivana?
It's me. Hello. I see you are brooding.
It's you.
I'm here to interrupt your brooding. By standing here. Blaming yourself won't solve anything, or one person can only do so much. Blaming yourself won't solve anything. Sure.
What?
Hello, it's me, Harper.
Listen, you don't think I know that.
They're good. You've done nothing wrong. Harper, you don't know this person very well.
You...
Here I am.
What? Ina? What do you mean here you are? Oh. Fair enough.
Here you go. I brought some warm food and drink. Made them myself. Time to take a load off, everyone.
What is this stew made of? Why does it look purple?
We've been eating nothing but
Okay,
packed
it's the
meals
lighting.
since the northern base, right? If we don't eat proper food once in a while, our morale's gonna tank.
I should have been paying more careful attention to things like that. Thank you very much.
I guess robots eat food in this universe. I don't think this is a... Well, no, of course they do. That's a mechanic that all players engage with, is eating food. But I guess it was never really addressed, so I never really thought about it.
If we keep going, there's no avoiding fatalities. But even so,
Sorry for interrupting the Tuesday brooding and wall punching routine. Anyway, Stu.
So, do you like it?
Do I get a dialogue option of whether or not it's delicious or ... Don't be rude. It's delicious.
I know, right? I put extra special effort into it. I'm so glad you like it.
It's gone now. The stew has disappeared.
How's Glenn been since that thing? It seemed like he suddenly changed when he saw that big dolls unit.
Niels, Stia, you mean. The commander has a deep history with that one. Crawford and the commander used to fight dolls together, you know. They were friends with another defender named Hibana, and they all trained together. However, 10 years ago,
Fascinating.
Niels Stia attacked Central. Thanks to their efforts, it was driven off. But Hibana lost her life in the battle. After that, Crawford and the commander each went their separate ways.
Crawford's face here is sillier than it should be,
Resolved to
I think.
strengthen our defenses so that fewer people would be lost in battle. He chose the development of powerful weapons to put an end to this fight without putting people's lives in danger. The commander, on the other hand, chose to pursue Niels'
Nodding and understanding and listening.
thinking that the cause of everything lay in the Stia region itself. The commander chose to hunt down and launch attacks on the enemy bases, recruiting other Ark's defenders, such as myself.
Both of these seem to be
He
important.
wanted to wipe out all dolls, like Niels Stia, from Helfa completely.
So it's probably good that they both are doing these things. Maybe?
I didn't know.
Commander.
I have a message for Crawford. Tell him I chose this fight of my own volition, so he should continue to pursue his own battles.
Commander.
Okay, but like...
We've entered Stia's nerve center through the north
Okay.
and south base terminals. The barrier should be deactivated shortly.
Everyone prepare for battle. I'll leave the formations to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sure. Regarding Harper's giant robot boots, I mentioned this before, I think. But like, here it is, Stia's nerve center. I'm getting interrupted again. Oh, this is a combat sector. Fair enough. And Dark Falls is waiting for us in there. We're assuming that. We don't know that for sure. Regarding Harper's? That's nothing. Regarding Harper's robot boots, it kind of looks like they're like attached on in a way that's like a support system or something. Maybe like they could either be prosthetic or they're meant to accomplish a similar thing to like make up for like legs that are hurt in some way. And she also happens to have the gloves that she also happens to have are if I can find the if I can find it, customized looks are referred to as machine hand paint, implying that not only are Harper's legs like permanently damaged in some way, but also she's damaged or lost both of her hands. Just like incidentally, the fashion I've put together implies that Harper has had a lot of something, and that worries me a little bit. But she's doing her best, and despite all of whatever happened, she's still shooting a gun at lots of enemies. So I guess that's good. I don't know. I think it's interesting that I've accidentally sort of built some foundation of a character backstory without like unintentionally, just by sort of like putting together an outfit out of what was available. Oh no, I can't go that way. That's all I wanted to say about the robot boots. But I did also forget, over on the intermission screens and whatnot, there has been art of Harper here for a little while now, but I haven't actually shown that like on stream in a full image sort of way. Like I haven't shown a close-up of it. So here's the art of Harper that I did. She looks extremely tired in my art style version of her, I guess. Once again, she's doing her best. I shot the wall. I agree, and I'm glad that you think so. Oh, also regarding the, this is related to an entirely different MMO, but regarding the array of characters on this screen, poor Sakura, Trizuyoi, the Sylvari, Guild Wars 2 thief on the far left there is probably going to eventually stop existing in the crew, because one, I haven't gotten to Guild Wars 2 yet. Two, I eventually realized that apparently, like I looked into it, apparently Thief, or like the specific kind of thief that I was going to make her, which her pun name sort of relies upon her being, is really bad at soloing in that game right now, according to at least one person. And also, like, I tried playing Thief a little bit again, and I feel like the entire battle strategy of the Thief build Sakura was going to use involves flipping around constantly, and that is in fact a little bit disorienting to look at. So I don't think a Thief is going to be... Oh hey, Rika cameo. Where'd you get all that? Where did you find the snow in the Stia region? I don't think Sakura is going to be the Guild Wars 2 character when I eventually get to that. It's probably either going to be an engineer or a mesmer, specifically a mechanist or a mirage, if any of that means anything to anyone watching. If not, I can explain more at some point, and I think I will have to. Anyway, this fight will put an end to it all. Let's get going. So here's a question to everyone. What do you think is cooler? Guns and robots that also shoot guns, or like a lot of illusory clones shooting illusion magic everywhere? I guess we're coming up on Stia's nerve center. Dark Falls is up ahead. Yeah. At some point, I think those two classes are both considered to be very good, and also I think are two of my favorites. I think what I might need to do at some point, since I do have an existing level capped Mirage and Machinist or Mechanist, is I should show a little bit of gameplay of both of those in some capacity, so that we can like talk about them a little bit more and decide which one I want to play as for a playthrough of that game. Yeah, that is correct to some degree. The gimmick of Mirage is that the dodge roll becomes like a phase out in place or in the middle of whatever you're doing a button. And when you do that, or that also happens when you collect a like Mirage mirror, which is an object that appears when you use certain skills. But when you do that, your auto attack becomes an ambush skill, which is So like the gimmick of Mirage is sort of like phasing out in place and changing your auto attack to something that does a cool effect. And like my favorite version of the Mirage specifically uses 2 staves instead of like actually using weapon slot 2 for anything else. And what that does when you use your ambush with a staff, it's called Chaos Vortex, and you like spin the staff around in the air and shoot a bolt of chaos energy that like bounces between stuff and gives people the alacrity boon, which makes their skills recharge faster. So like double staff Mirage, like a recent patch made people think they were nerfing it to be unusable, but it turns out it's still very good apparently, according to one person who I watched do like a recent PvE tier list, like open world stuff tier list. So basically what Staff Mirage does is constantly phase out of existence in order to tap into the power of chaos, while generating a bunch of copies of themselves that are also firing off the power of chaos. And it makes everyone like work faster. And also they're like just very durable and relatively strong for what they're doing, not like the most damage per second ever. And also they just like support everyone around them naturally. So they're very good for a lot of situations. Meanwhile, what the Machinist would be doing is Machinist, like, so that Mirage that I just described is probably one of the easier to execute classes or like skill setups, but the Machinist in some ways can be even easier because you can set like everything your robot does to automatic. It won't be like optimal. And also you set most of your skill bar to be passive bonuses with an active component that you can choose to use. So like the Mechanist would be like the easiest to play, I think, of the two. But basically what they do is they shoot a gun a lot, and they also have a robot who shoots guns and more guns, and like the robot and the Machinist or Mechanist are both shooting guns, and I don't know how to describe what else they do. The robot also fires a rocket punch sometimes. Some of the guns are like laser mortars. The gun that the Mechanist is firing is sometimes a shotgun. It's honestly thematically not that different from Machinist in Final Fantasy XIV. But I don't think the Mesmer has a Final Fantasy XIV equivalent to compare them to. That was a lot of rambling about a different game. From here, we head to the Nerve Center? Yes, Glenn's team is waiting for us. Let's go. Oh, we're here now. Okay. Oh, Glenn. You're here. The 4 of us will lead the way from here. Kanui will be the rear guard. All we need to do is focus on pressing forward.
Trial start.
So yeah, at some point, what I honestly should do is like do a little video or like a small stream or something of existing Guild Wars 2 characters so we can get a better idea of stuff. I guess there are jobs in 14 that do that. The only one that I can immediately think of is Dark Knight. What are the other two? Does Reaper count? Because that's a void scent. Of some sort. Who I believe some speculate to be a reflection of your character. So that could count. Ninja does a shadow clone thing? Okay, that makes sense. Glenn? Or why? Why does this remind me of that other battle? Glenn? Never mind, let's take them down.
Success.
You're pretty good, says Glenn. Oh no.
Trial start.
He's also Revolver Ocelot, I guess. Oh hey, it's Sun Wukong again. Watch out, this one's tough. keep dodging too early so that I avoid things, but I don't get a benefit from doing so. Sure, why not? Okay, your weak point only briefly appears when you are knocked over. That makes sense. Do you really think Dark Falls is up ahead? If that's what Crawford said, then I guess so.
Trial start.
By the way, why are there so many large dolls units? Let's move to the front. Aina, cover us. Got it. So, good teamwork. Thanks, I guess. But, I was talking a bunch about Guild Wars 2 just now, but I don't know when I'll actually get to that. It's still something that I think I want to do, but I have a lot of other stuff to do as well on stream. Which is, I guess, another reason that Sakura being in the crew doesn't really make sense, because Guild Wars 2 is not likely to be relevant for like a year at least. I gotta catch up to Final Fantasy XIV. I gotta complete 2 separate Pokemon things that I'm in the middle of. I gotta catch up to this, and then there will be more of this soon. I'm gonna do the Street Fighter 6 World Tour on stream. If someone is likely to replace Sakura on the crew in the near future, it would probably be Clarice, the Street Fighter 6 zombie that I made.
Success.
By the way, her name being Clarice is completely arbitrary. There's no meaning behind it. Another big one. Only Nil Stia is tougher than this one. Get ready.
Trial start.
It's Drill Lizard, I guess. Your face is a drill, just like a Shiba Inu. Aim for its head. Okay, the fact that its face is stuck in the ground and it's using that to like pivot around is very funny. I like this. I like this enemy. Drill. The drill has been defeated. The drill returns. Oh no, I missed. The drill is angry. Wow. Probably want to shoot whatever this is, huh? Okay, this enemy is great, I think. This is very funny. What if the drill was constantly shooting laser blasts at all times?
Success.
Time to move. Good enemy design. That thing in there is... Oh, that's just Dark Falls, isn't it? Let's find out. Dark Falls just hanging out, I guess. What's up, Dark Falls? I guess this is Dark Falls' house. or something then. Or this is another Dark Falls being created. Both are possible. Hello? Understandable reaction, Ina.
I do not sense any movement. If we attack now, we may be able to crush it once and for all.
Whoa! Cool flips. Engaged. The giraffe is back. I guess the giraffe has...
We take out Neil's stia. We will put an end to it this time.
Ignore the ads. Target the boss. Burn down the boss. DPS. MMO words. Okay, the ads are still there actually. Neil's stia, time to finish this. Okay, first take out its legs. Fighting the boss with like Dark Falls in the background is a pretty cool backdrop, I will say. I feel like I've been making fun of this game a lot today, but I want to make it clear that I am having fun. Can we freeze those flaming rocks it launches? If so, we might be able to use them against it. What do you mean freeze them exactly? Now aim for its back. Well, okay. I can't really do that too effectively. Oh, yeah. Hit it again, go! I didn't even think of that. But there's definitely fights in this series where that sort of thing happens, you're right. I don't know what you mean by... Well, some of the rocks are frozen, but I don't know why. Or what that means. Every time I have the weak point on its back exposed, I don't have any weak bullet available. There we go. That's strange. Something's not right. Could it be charging up power? Imagining Dark Falls doing the sickos meme is pretty good. I think Dark Falls is just taking a nap. They've had a lot more like cool action cutscene in Stia than usual, I've noticed. No! Random guy, no! Are you the same random guy who got obliterated before? Or a different one? Different random guy? Okay, fair enough.
Are you all right? Thank goodness.
Yeah, a lot of random people are dying in Barrel Volcano.
Thank goodness. Why? Why would you sacrifice your life for me?
We haven't really seen Manon react this strongly to anything
I'll
before.
take care of Manon. You help Glenn.
She's usually been like the calm one. And now she's also
Manon,
struggling.
Manon, get a hold of yourself.
I think it might be that person. I'm not sure. Manon? Oh. Okay, that's cool. That's a compound technique. Manon basically used one of the mini limit breaks that a force will have. That's the thing that the player can do. That thing that she just did. Crawford is here. Why is Crawford here?
Crawford.
Crawford's a techer.
Stay focused, Glenn. This is not over yet.
Okay, this is cool. We get to see Crawford fight as well. Hey, this is actually rad. Powerful attack incoming. Focus on dodging. Yes, Crawford, that's the entire game of the game. The gameplay of the... I'm saying words good. Oh, pick up. Gotcha. I know, you take care of Manon. Yep, I'm all over it. We're moving up. Yeah. How did Crawford know to show up? Don't overdo it, Manon. I'm fine, I can do it. Manon. Focus on dodging too, NGS. Yeah. Aim for its head too. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, I do seem to be very sarcastic towards this game today. Like, making fun of it more than might be necessary. But I do honestly think that the moments that just happened right now in the story were very cool. A joyful sarcasm? I guess so. Seems to have slowed down quite a bit. Now you're finished. I don't really know why that's how I'm reacting to things today. I guess it's not really a problem, though. Aha! Defeated. Oh. Sorry, Lily. A corgi desperately wants to leave. I missed a bit of the cool action cutscene because I was letting a corgi out of the room. But Crawford did just baseball bat Glenn into the enemy, so that's something. Snap! Crawford, that's not something a wand can do. That's an old Talus maneuver.
To the stars.
That is a bros move,
Oh
though.
yeah, it's rhyme time. On a Saturday evening. Meow 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 meow.
Destroy!
Good timing. Again. That was extremely a bros move, yeah. Also, yeah, the what you call the off-kilter nature of Volcano Land does seem to probably be a reason. That makes sense to me.
How long has it been since we spoke face to face?
Why leave Central now, of all times?
Because the time had come.
What does that mean, Crawford?
Central Cannon stands completed and ready.
Oh, okay.
And I believed that all of you would locate Dark Falls without fail.
Yeah, that was a good
So,
set of words.
Seeing that this is the end and all, I thought I should lend my old friend a hand.
Crawford, without his cape, is weird. Partly because I'm noticing
We can finally mourn her properly.
Crawford seems to have like extra wide shoulders even without the cape of shoulder widening equipped. And it's a little bit surprising to me. Like extra wide and like raised up shoulders.
That's strong.
But what about Central? Without their leader, they...
Yeah, he's got JoJo shoulders,
I wanted to get
exactly.
some exercise. So Dozer's taking care of things for me.
Dozer is like 17 years old, Crawford.
More importantly, are you
Which I still don't believe.
I'm fine.
You don't sound fine, Manon. You don't seem to be doing okay, really. Is Dark Falls waking up? Did we wake up Dark Falls from its nap? I think one guy just went wah in that crowd sounds group.
Moving? Commander, what are your orders?
Take the wounded and retreat.
It didn't move very much. Manon? Manon. Intimidating spider pose. True. He's not wounded, he's dead. So I guess we're just leaving him there? Is that okay? Still, though? Wow, Harper can actually make a different face in cutscenes. I think that's literally the first time that's happened. That was just Dark Falls doing a big stretch after waking up. And that's Dark Falls, like, actually getting out of bed, effectively, right, is what was happening right there. I can relate. Sometimes it takes me that long to get out of bed. Also, the volcano is erupting.
Crawford, what are you going to do? We can't possibly retreat when you...
Okay, that is far enough.
Time to fight a volcano.
To lure it out. Now, Dozer, fire!
I don't think I can relate to getting shot with the giant laser cannon right after waking up. Dark Falls did not appreciate that. That's fair. Anyway. Well, we just cut straight from that to just being in the field? Okay, there we go. You made it back in one piece. Stop by and see me so we can talk about the next steps. I'll be waiting for you. Oh, I like these Super Paper Mario butterflies that are everywhere. Why is there a swarm of pixels? And also like television static birds? The wildlife is glitching out around here, I guess. I think these are also made of television static? Huh, what does that mean? Anyway, I guess that was the Stia storyline. Time for the game's main theme to play because it's still the second anniversary celebration. And if you think that surely the next update will be restoring Central City's music to normal, no, because they are starting the Sonic collaboration that I mentioned immediately, so there will probably be like Escape from the City or something happening.
But what does that mean, Crawford? Did Dark Falls get away again?
We have to visit 4 more regions to power up the cannon. We just have to make 4 regions first, because there aren't any left.
Currently, we believe that this Dark Falls may have fled into space-time, just like it did before.
Fair enough.
This time, it's on the ropes. It has limited regenerative abilities. However, it can only be fully recovered at that dock in Stia's nerve center.
Oh.
Which means it will have to rematerialize at some point.
How do you know all of that?
Lysis's records. And the data that Elma and I put together helped a little. Lysis created detailed records of the battle with Dark Falls that took place in Kavaris 100 years ago. He painted a very clear picture of it. I almost felt like I was there myself while reading those records. Anyway, he wrote a lot about the previous Dark Falls behavior patterns, as well as activity cycles. It sounds like the Ark's defenders of Kavaris had a very hard time dealing with it. And he wrote about how, just when they had dealt lethal damage to it with concentrated fire, it disappeared somewhere for a while. And when it reappeared, the damage had all been repaired somehow. That somewhere was that place in Stia.
So basically, Dark Falls works exactly like Dynamo Man from
all that?
Mega Man and Base.
Yes, I wasn't quite sure myself until I saw it at Stia's nerve center with my very own eyes. However,
exactly the same. No differences.
And the dolls came from somewhere outside of Halpha. To think, those bases were right under our nose the whole time. One can't really help but wonder who built them and when. But I suppose that's not important right now. Our next course of action is quite simple. Once Dark Falls rematerializes from space-time, we hit it with Central Cannon.
Shoot it again. Good idea.
Emergence points. It won't get by us unnoticed. But even if it did somehow, we still know where it wants to go. We just need to keep attacking and damaging it. Every little bit helps. It doesn't matter how long it takes, just as long as we win in the end. However, there is one problem. We can't be certain that it will be the same Dark Falls as the one prior to our data collection. It might be completely different, and in ways for which our data cannot account. You know, that is actually fairly likely. It is Dark Falls we're talking about, after all. We have several backup plans, but there's no telling how effective they may be.
Plan A, shoot it with the cannon. Plan B, shoot it with the cannon, but like a little differently.
Is really what it will come down to. So when it does reemerge, I'd like you to be at the forefront of the fighting, as usual.
You got it. Nod.
What about us?
There's something I'd like you to do. I'll contact you about it later.
Okay, sounds good.
I know, it's been rough, but we're almost there.
Whatever it takes, we'll get it done. Just like we've been doing this whole time. Right?
Fist pump. That entire time I was thinking, do you think Crawford holds his shoulders up like that on purpose to support his cape? Like, do you think his shoulders aren't naturally that, like, straight horizontal, and he's just been holding up his cape with his shoulders this entire time? So much that they've become locked in that position?
to the Central Tower command room as soon as possible.
Also, I've just realized something that's very funny. This area over here is the one we've been like returning to as our personal quarters in the story. But the creative space that is the equivalent of the personal quarters is on a completely unrelated island or set of islands somewhere that has only been recently discovered. So actually this area has nothing to do with anything and never will. Still. Oh boy, I can do dual quests. Dual quests are bad game design .txt, where you have to. So all of your like equipment in this game has augment slots, and for dual quests you have to waste some of those augment slots for dual quest specific augments to really have a chance at completing the dual quest effectively. It's not great. Okay, so we do have some NPC conversations here and there. We've got 2 in Aleo. Are there any sitting around in Stia? I wouldn't expect that there would be any of those anywhere else, really. There's a few conversations in Stia as well. Fair enough. Okay, so I'll be right back, and then we will talk to some NPCs about some stuff. Oh yeah, I still have the Sucro facts up. Hold on. Whoop. Oh right. I actually relocated this to its own separate scene, so I have to go over here. And then do that. And then we can go here. Hooray. Technology at work. Hello. Here we are again. Here I am again. In PSO2, NGS. So we need to talk to Manon and Ina in Stia. And there were some people to talk to in Aleo as well. I suppose there's no harm in double checking to see if there isn't anyone else in other regions to speak to. But at the moment, it doesn't seem super likely. Ah, there you are. Am I going to surprise you this time? We have a history of surprising you.
I didn't know you were here.
Okay, not terribly surprised. Do you need something at the camp?
No, I was just looking around. It looks like the Ark's defenders here are busy, as usual. At least their staffing and supply situations seem to be a little better.
There's funny worms dancing in the background that I'm distracted by.
But now that they're operating deep within Stia, I'm sure their responsibilities have increased. And yet, I haven't heard a single complaint from anyone. Each and every one of them has an important role to play, and that keeps their spirits up. I've seen all of this somewhere before.
Hmm? Do you mean in Aleo Town?
Yeah. Aleo Town used to handle the defense of all outlying areas by itself.
By the way, I guess since no one's mentioned it, the audio is probably fine, but I think I meant to ask at some point, now that we've seen more of the video game happening, is the audio fine? The eternal question.
It was responsible for the entire area on the other side of the mountain from Central City. And as you know, they did it all with very few Ark's defenders.
Seems fine? Alright.
It was hard enough just to patrol that area, let alone maintain equipment and prepare food. They gave it their all every day. And on top of that, they never knew when dolls might attack. Sometimes they would be up all night defending against a sudden assault. And yet none of them ever complained or felt sorry for themselves.
Harper looks like she's also distracted by dancing worms in the distance right now. She doesn't look like she's making eye contact. She looks like she's looking past Manon to see something else.
In fact, it seemed like they enjoyed life to the fullest. I didn't realize it at the time, but they were all so focused on playing their respective parts.
Also, as far as the audio is concerned, Manon is still quiet. That's just how Manon is,
That's
though.
why they were able to give their all to everything they did. They never lost sight of their dream for a peaceful world. Now we're the ones who have to carry that torch. And I was reminded of that responsibility just now while looking at the Stia camp. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on for so long. So much has happened. Sometimes I overthink everything.
Mood. For sure. I understand that one.
Through. And what we will go through.
I just realized that Manon has like the same eyes that Harper does, I think. Ones that have like a fade to purple at the top specifically.
I still need to
It's one of the
process
starting
these
options for eye designs.
I'll see you later.
I've never... I could give Harper rainbow eyes if I wanted to, by the way. That's something I can do. Where's the worms that were dancing? Are they visible anywhere? There's some worm. worm. They're extremely jamming. Many side quests are here as well. That makes sense.
Welcome.
Allow me to go into the salon for one moment. Yeah, I think I have the same eyes as Manon by accident. That's kind of funny. But if I wanted to... Harper could have cool rainbow eyes. I do like these. That'd be neat, maybe. I guess it's also possible Manon might have this other slightly different one, but I'm not sure. I've also got these. Powerful eyes. Oh, and Dooman eyes are a thing that always has this like specific pattern in them in this game. So that's neat as well. I will consider rainbow eyes. Except I would feel obligated to like adjust the art of Harper to match whatever I changed. I like the music in the Stia camp. Manon's over there. Fair enough. I guess we sort of end up having to explore Stia a little bit anyway in order to track down our friends and speak to them. And by explore, I do of course mean climbing a mountain in any way that the game will allow me to do so. Just like Horse of Skyrim. Every time I climb up a mountain in a way that feels unintentional or like janky, I always think of Skyrim first. There's a veteran over here, I guess. Oh, there's a tower here. I'll have to do that eventually. Broken Worlds. Oh, that sounds intimidating a little bit. Sure, why not? Let's do it. I almost fell off a cliff. I have to not fall 3 times. I'm just noticing. Oh, I see. But one of the enemies just walked off the cliff. That's kind of fun, I guess. Whoop. This is an awkward arena to fight in. Weird shapes are around. There's also a lot of mines everywhere that like don't feel particularly impactful. Maybe they would be more inconvenient for a melee character. Though also the confined nature of this space does make me more melee than usual. There's so many cubes just randomly here. I see what they mean by broken world. Broken world, also known as there's a pile of nonsense cubes in the distance. Instead of like a big piece of land made up of the cubes. Some of these enemies are not moving too much. What? I almost fell. It is a little bit difficult to maintain one's footing when the game plan is to... No, the lock-on feature, no! The lock-on feature made me spin around that enemy in a really weird way, which then made me hit the mine, and also the enemy just jumped off the world as well. So, hooray, I guess? That was funny. Is... Okay. So we have the Chaos Sorcerer type of enemy over here, then. And also beehives. You know, Chaos Sorcerers also had many crystal-like objects orbiting them, so this almost feels like a deliberate reference to one of those. But maybe that's giving them... Maybe that's giving them a lot of credit in terms of referencing PSO. Maybe I just really want them to. Anyway. They did give me a nice place to fight the main enemy of the whole thing, though. Also, I am not going to clear this in the time limit given. So I'm not powerful enough for that. It would seem. Yep. Already failed time limit. Even though I am at level cap. Interesting. I did fall, and I did get confused a few times. I wasn't that far over the time. But I guess they have high expectations. Still get the skill points. So that's what a tower in Stia looks like. I think that's the only tower in Stia. I think Stia is low on cocoons and towers. Yeah, I got a title task achievement for completing all the towers in Stia just now. Anyway, Ina's looking at this lizard walk around in the distance. It did a big hop. What's up, Ina?
Oh, it's you.
It's me. What are you doing here?
I'm just taking a little break.
That was my other dialogue option.
Stia sure is a crazy place, huh?
It had a crazy pace of the storytelling.
Nothing but jagged rocks and hardly any trees or grass anywhere. And dolls all over the place. I don't think the old me would have lasted even a single day out here.
I think this is like the only grass, like some of the only grass in Stia that we're standing on right now.
But here I am, with the two of you, somehow. I guess that means I've gotten a little stronger.
Harper's face looks really strange right now. What are you looking at? Definitely.
Really? That means a lot, coming from you. You know, lately, I've been reading Manon's journal a lot.
Are you allowed to do that?
Especially everything she's written about enemies.
Is that private?
She writes about stuff like how each enemy behaves, and when they're vulnerable to attack. In the past, I would just sort of skim and get the general idea.
Nod, nod.
But now I really drill down on it and try to find ways to put it into practice. And by doing that, I've kind of come to understand some things. Like about what Manon would do in various situations.
This music makes this unintentionally very ominous and dramatic.
She might have problems with.
Hmm.
And I find myself thinking, what would I do in that situation? So I feel like I'm finally starting to find my own fighting style.
Heck yeah. It's all about learning the basics and building from there, or it's always best to watch and learn from others. I'm gonna go with the first one.
Yeah, I'm trying out lots of different stuff. I've learned that there's always more than one way of doing things. I wouldn't be where I am now without Manon. I hope I can repay her someday. And you too, of course.
I'm also here.
That's why I have to keep working hard to keep up with you two.
Nod.
Okay, break time is over. I just thought of a new combat tactic. I can't wait to try it. Well, see you later.
There's only so many ways you can shoot a gun. Trust me on this, Ina, as a fellow rifle user. So I don't really know how many new combat tactics you can actually think of. Yeah. Oh, these trees over here do have foliage on them. Gotta get some more of the... Oh, these are mangoes now. Okay. The mangoes here are also purple. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I've just noticed there's like an indicator next to the mini map of like when rocks are going to fall or something like that, presumably. Stia is very dramatic, isn't it? Worm. Red box. What's up, Ina? Again?
It's so hot.
Yeah, we're next to a volcano.
At least the heat in Ratem was dry. It's all sticky and yucky here. You always put on a brave face, but aren't you hot?
No. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but it's true.
You meteorm just handle extreme temperatures well.
Sure. Let's go with that.
I mean, it's nice that we get to travel to so many different places, but Glenn and his troops have been living here a long time now. Of course, the dolls here are tough too, but the biggest battle is against the heat.
I simply use prestidigitation to chill my jacket.
Even after a tough fight, they can't even rest and recover when it's this hot all the time. It's really like they're just fighting non-stop.
They're always fighting. They're fighting now. Fighting to install air conditioning.
At least take it easy while they're at the camp. I guess they probably don't need our help, but still. Do you think there's anything we can do for them?
Maybe a gift or something to lift their spirits. Maybe a gift or something?
A gift? Like what?
Everyone loves to get a gift.
Oh, I know. When we were making our way to the nerve center, I made some food for them. They're always eating that hard bread, but I'm sure
Nod.
they enjoy a good meal once in a while too. Yeah, that might work.
Maybe we can have some sort of food that'll help counter the temperatures a bit.
Thanks for the advice. I better start gathering up some ingredients then. Let's see. Last time I made something hot because they were physically and mentally exhausted. But this time, I think something cool and refreshing is in order.
Yeah, there we go. Thumbs up!
I could probably put Kavera's fruits and vegetables to good use.
Nod.
I think I have an idea. Off to find ingredients.
And there she goes. I wonder if she's actually in Kavaris or something. Well, Manon is standing at the center of the volcano or something like that. Oh yeah, this cocoon over here. Whoa, dramatic music change. Helical line. What does that mean? Let's find out. Test your dashing capabilities. So this is a more platformy one. We haven't really seen any of those on stream, I don't think. Obtain 10 point cubes. Glide fewer than 7 times. Clear before 3 minutes. Well, I'm not gonna like try to get a perfect immediately. But I'll do what I can. Yeah. All of these things here are set up to make you want to glide, but at the same time you have the challenge that says glide fewer than 7 times. Okay. That was fine. I fell. There's a cube there. Well. I'm not entirely sure how one would, Oh no, Yoku blocks. Definitely not. I'm definitely just gonna get like the bare minimum for clearing this. Yoku blocks, no! Okay, it's fine. Interesting. Well, I've already failed basically everything. What? Why? Oh no, I missed. That's fine. I'll go very slowly. The only way to actually fail is to fall 99 times, so I don't think that's too much of a concern. Oh, here we go. By the way, we mentioned Sonic Riders earlier, actually. And hey. I guess that was... Oh, cool camera pan. I guess that was a Sonic Riders hoverboard. 1 star, perfect. Yeah, if you say so. That's a neat one. I'll worry about clearing that better later or never. We still get the point. That's all that matters. Or at least that's what matters the most. Wow, you can just jump on lava all day if you don't stay in the lava for very long. A unique combat sector. Defeating the boss enemy will cause stuff to change. Interesting. Neat. I'm glad that the battle areas keep having unique gimmicks and stuff. Crazy experience points? I'll keep that in mind if I need a lot of experience points. My mag is detecting something. Aha, it's the prankster comet. I mean, whatever this is called. mischief symbol, I think. I got a famous stia mushroom. What does that mean? Why are there mushrooms that are super glowy that are listed as famous? Also, sorry, but you have to eliminate creatures in this game sometimes. You don't technically have to, I guess. Okay, it's very funny how you can fairly safely cross the lava just by hopping around. Anyway, Manon, what's up? An account item? Oh yeah, it does sound like it would be one. It's me.
Oh, it's you.
We did in fact startle Manon at least once. That does extremely sound like a Monster Hunter account item. Are you feeling unwell?
No, I'm fine. You know,
Oops, I skipped some of her
reminded of it
sighing.
every time I come here. That battle with Neil's Stia. And I think of that Ark's defender who sacrificed his life.
Is it just me or does this building look like a boss fight?
Protecting someone like me. It's not fair.
It's not your fault, or he was playing his part. Wow, I don't like that second one. That doesn't feel like something that's good to say when someone died. Like, I know that was that would be thematically relevant to something we discussed at some point, but it's not your fault.
But he had his own life too. His own dreams, his own hopes, just like all of us. And I took all of that away from him forever.
You didn't do that. He chose to do that.
Excuse me. I can't get behind that line of thinking.
Suddenly, Kanui is here, I guess.
Forgive me. I overheard you talking.
How did you do that? She's so quiet.
Will you allow me to explain some things about us? We have a simple rule. Never leave anyone behind.
Also, this is like the first time any of these cutscenes have had another character show up, I think.
In battle, it's not the enemy that you need to fear the most. It's the loss of trust between squad mates. It's having to wonder if you'll be left behind if you get cut off or wounded in battle. That kind of fear will hang over your head. This rule of ours is meant to eliminate that fear. We all know that we've got each other's backs. And that allows us to perform our duties free from worry. The defender who died protecting you was only following that rule. He refused to leave you behind. Because of that, more lives would be saved as a result. I'm sure that's what he believed. And that is indeed how things turned out.
That's only because I was overcome by rage.
What counts in battle is the result.
This is really making it very clear how quiet Manon is compared to everyone else in the sound balance.
Protocol is important too, but how many enemies we kill and how many of us survive. That's what really counts at the end of the day. If our losses are heavy, it's Commander Glenn who shoulders that responsibility. And me, as adjutant. So, he was only doing his duty. That's why I want you to hold your head up. Please.
Yeah. Also, I'm distracted in this scene by realizing, yeah, she definitely has exactly the same eyes that Harper does. Because the other option that was similar was like these eyes, but a narrower oval instead of a circle. And Harper has the wider ones.
Truly.
So.
I have nothing more to say on the matter.
Now I'm like, oh no, my character is not unique. I must change something. Because I'm silly like that.
Thank you.
I hope this was not presumptuous of me.
They're even like the same color of the part that you can adjust the color of by accident.
Now, I must return to my duties.
Farewell.
Working through my feelings is not an easy task, but Conway is right. I need to hold my head up so I can move forward.
Clearly these are just the eyes that Meteorn have, I guess.
I have to carry the torch. For the Ark's defender who gave his life for me, too.
I could use the rainbow eyes, those are neat. Okay. No one else to speak to here. Let's double check other regions. Just in case. Did I heal for 8 for some reason? Is that because I teleported after taking lava damage? Anyone to speak to? Yes. Nadara has a conversation. Okay, sure. I'm glad I checked. I didn't actually think that would be the case. Let's go see what Nadara is up to. I wonder if there's going to be conversations after the next part as well. Oh, she's up here. What's up? The music had to load twice, I guess.
It's you.
It's me.
I have heard of your deeds throughout the land.
Why is that sentence so funny to me? Just someone saying that? That's so fantasy RPG sentence.
You've even taken the fight to Stia.
Indeed. I haven't done anything great, or it's all thanks to everyone's efforts. I think Harper would probably say that.
No need to be humble. It's clear to everyone that your abilities are exceptional. So, is it true that several
Server maintenance will start in 10 minutes. Ah, jeez, really? I forgot! Guess who forgot it's Maintenance Tuesday? That's the theme of Maintenance Tuesday, I guess. Well, knocked off the server. Anyway, at least we can speak to some people, baby.
among them that is quite similar to the lower level of Maquad.
Maquad. That's true.
I found Doll's manufacturing equipment inside. I had presumed that dolls are born naturally, like other living organisms. I guess that is not the case. So someone created the dolls? Who? When and why? I have so many questions, but I am a warrior, not a researcher.
I'm realizing right now that Nadara also has the same eyes. But they're a different color, but they're the ones that fade into purple. To be fair, that's a cool design for eyes.
I've given the order for Retem Arcs to prepare for a new battle. Our wounds from the battle with Renus Retem have healed, and we are reorganizing our forces. We cannot simply maintain a defensive posture in the face of this new unknown. We will mobilize for war. We must also consider how to coordinate with Kavaris and Stia, in addition to Aelio.
The quintuplet's teamwork is amazing, or Glenn and his crew are professionals. I guess that second one, I don't know.
Then we had better not let them show us up. People's thinking is beginning to change here lately. We may be able to join forces with those who think differently, while still honoring our treasured Retem traditions. We must not fear the change that will inevitably come with that.
Don't fear the change, except that they added a second T to Tector.
We must welcome any and all talent without prejudice. I've learned through my own experience that this is necessary in order to deal with so many threats. We still have many battles ahead of us.
It is difficult to accept that arbitrary localization choice.
If we want peace, it is the only way. I hope you will continue to fight by our side.
I will fight wherever I'm needed. As long as I can still shoot my gun at stuff. Okay, that was a Retem conversation. That suggests to me that there's probably at least one person to talk to in Kavaris. Probably... What's her name? Mary, yeah. Ah, there's another one. Mary and Ilma. The two of the five who've ended up being the most important, I guess. That makes sense. I don't know if I'll be able to talk to everyone before the server explodes, but I'll do my best. Mary, what's up? Slide. I love the little, like, sliding to a halt that Harper has to do before speaking to anybody. Conversation speedrun.
It's you! I heard the news. You went to Stia. I hear it's a really severe place. They say it's just endless fighting with hordes of dolls under a sunless sky. Well, you don't look any worse for wear, but what about the other two?
They're pretty worn out.
What? Is everything okay?
I think they'll be fine. But still.
I'm glad to hear that. I was worried because I hadn't heard anything for a while.
Mary's voice sounds really
I'm
familiar.
just happy to see that you seem to be doing fine.
But I don't know why.
If you ever need anything, you can count on us. I told you, right? We'll support you in any way we can.
I'll let the others know.
Yes, please do. It's been a while since I talked to the two of them. Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you about what's been going on here.
Mary's voice sounds like she would be one of the main characters in a Western animated cartoon, but I don't know why I'm thinking that.
According to Ilma, he's been making progress on his investigation of Lost Central. And Aleo Ark's defenders are really pitching in, too. I also hear that Ark's defenders from Retem are showing their faces lately.
Everyone's working together.
And not just to fight, they're helping out with research as well. Grandpa used to always say Retem Ark's defenders only care about fighting prowess. But I guess things have changed a lot since then.
Harper has been a good influence on everybody.
Study, organizing the data found at the site. He is thoroughly checking the data that Grandpa left for us. But there haven't been any more messages from Grandpa since that one time. We were hoping we might be able to find more clues in Lost Central, but...
I'm sure you will.
You're right. We can't give up hope. We'll just keep going, slow and steady. With both Kavaris' renewal and looking for Grandpa's clues. I'll contact you if we discover anything. We might even need to ask for your help. Of course, there would be something in it for you too.
I like prizes.
Take care!
I like to receive prizes for doing quest. I like that bird that is just tilting back and forth for eternity. I was thinking about that bird for that entire conversation. Persimmons. Gosetsu loves those. What's up, Ilma? Doing science?
Huh?
Solving science problems?
It's you.
Thinking about computers?
I thought you were an enemy.
No.
I've already caused everyone quite a bit of trouble by being careless around enemies. Everyone is working so hard, and I'm just off searching for shiny minerals.
Shiny minerals are pretty shiny.
That, I guess.
Shiny things are very distracting. Doing more research?
Just clearing my head a little. Being cooped up inside all the time makes my brain start to feel sluggish. I've been thinking about Central Cannon a lot lately.
That makes sense. You were working on it.
Alio's Central Cannon based on the lost Central Cannon data that we found.
Mm-hmm.
They share some uncanny similarities. Their photon generator values and their capacitor unit photon charge rates, for example. I mean, the specs are pretty different, but the basic construction is the same. That's why the lost Central Cannon data helped us fix our problems with the Alio Cannon.
Makes sense.
Which means these Central Cannons were designed with some level of mass producibility.
Server maintenance will start in 1 minute.
Lost Central
You will be
and
disconnected.
Central City share a lot of similarities to begin with, both aesthetically and in terms of city design.
Makes sense.
Basically, Central City was built using Lost Central as a template.
Makes sense.
So it makes sense that they're similar.
But the template wasn't designed by us. We just repurposed what was already there to use as Central... Okay. Central City's infrastructure. All we really did was gather materials and build on top of the template someone else created. You know, a huge container was found underneath Ratem City the other day. No, it was in their Central Cannon parts. And they were nearly identical to Alien Kavara's cannon parts. I mean, you see how Ratem City is now, but I can't help but wonder if the original plan was to make it like Central City. You mean the people of Ratem long... No, I don't mean that. I mean someone other than the current inhabitants of Halpha. Someone who simply vanished, leaving massive structures all over Halpha. There's no doubt that these mysterious people existed, but we haven't been in a place to explore that mystery until now. No! The conversation! I was so close! Maybe. I was doing my best. Well, well, we couldn't quite complete all the conversations between Stia and post-Stia. Unfortunately. But that was a PSO2 NGS, I guess. However, maybe we can find something else to do.